Eric Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Welcome to EAG's HQ, and today we're going to talk about a lot of really special cars, but we're going to primarily focus on the Z3 M-Coupe. This is a 2002 final model year car that is an EAG repeat visitor, like several of the cars here in the video today. And we're going to go for a quick little fun drive. We're going to talk about this car's history, what makes it special and unique. But we're also going to talk about what is coming up, what's in store. And for those of you that have not yet subscribed to EAG's YouTube channel, you're going to want to do that because this is going to be your first look opportunity to see a lot of stuff before it hits the market. And well, there's a lot of special stuff that's in the pipeline. I cannot tell you. This is just a sample, and I'm very, very excited and looking forward to making videos on each of these cars, time permitting. A lot of them have been selling before we've even been able to put them on the website. So if you are interested in grabbing your next special to you BMW, this is the time to, well, pick up the phone and give us a call. There are numbers at the bottom of the screen. We've got a lot of really fun stuff coming up. The Santorini Blue M5 wagon needs no introduction. This car is more family member than machine, and is going to be a really exciting car for the next enthusiast owner, and a very unique car. It's one of, well, I think two total Santorini Blue. The individual spec sheet on that car is 2 full pages long, and that car is the first member of the EAG collection, and means a whole lot to me personally. It was a birthday present to myself once the business was just starting to get underway, and the first car that we ever imported came out of the Netherlands. And you're going to make sure not to miss the Duo Dynan S2 deal. We're going to offer this Z8 and this Dynan Stage 2 one owner E39 M5 as a package, because if you're going to go around in the Roadster, you're going to need to go to work on Monday to make the bacon, and this S2 will get you there and in a hurry. That is it's a one owner documented car from California. We acquired this car from the original owner, initially also from California. And then, of course, last but not least, 2002, another final model year steel gray M-Roadster with a whopping 6,000 miles. This is a ¡1 condition M-Roadster, one of the finest to survive in the market today, and frankly, not in or out of the market. It's just one of the best ones that are left. They didn't make very many of the S54s, and of course, it is an absolute just little fire breather, especially these coupes. They're really a popular car. They're really, really heavily sought after. They're really, really rare. They're really, really unique and funky, and love it or hate it. It instills an emotion that you have a reaction when you see one of these cars. People ask, is that a brand new car? Did they just come out with that? Boy, is that different or unique or ugly, or wow, it's beautiful. But there's an emotion, and that's why I personally have had 8 of these things. I love these M-Coupes. They're a ball of fun. I had a gray 2002 a long time ago myself, and had a blast with it. Evan has a silver track car, also a slick top, that we've had an absolute hoot with, because it's an analog car by definition. They are an absolute ball to drive. It's an E36 M3 chassis. It's an E46 M3 drivetrain with, frankly, an E30 M3 rear suspension geometry with the rear control arms, and it's a very exciting package. The car just rotates. And when you've got 315 horsepower, at least rated, that is, they may do a little bit more than that, the car boogies. I mean, it's an absolute blast, especially running out all of 2nd and 3rd gear. You're going to certainly experience that as we go for a fun little run here around the EAG neighborhood. The steel gray is wearing all of its original body panels. It is an all numbers matching car. The paint on the car is just in exceptional condition. And this car was acquired originally from the 2nd owner out of the San Francisco Bay Area. And a couple years ago, it was something that it was very near the Monterey Car Week, and so we sent it to a shop that was local to the car, which happened to be the main service center of the car historically, a known and trusted shop. Had them go through, check everything out, put another set of tires on the car, and ensure that we were ready to go for a good fun car week during Pebble Beach and all that, and I was able to enjoy several hundred really fun miles on the car. We bring the car back to EAG, put it through the program again. Well, this time, for the first time I should say, but about $9,000 worth of love, stuff that the car didn't necessarily need, things that just simply made the car better. EAG's Rejuve program is not fixing everything that's broken. Well, it is everything that's broken and needs attention, but it's also just a lot of the beautification, a lot of the things that we can do to make the car that much more survivable and preserve the car's condition, but also invest in the common shortcomings mechanically and cosmetically too, because the parts are not going to be available forever. And so we want to make sure that the car is set up for success with that next owner. The car now has a whopping 29,000 miles and is in exceptional shape, in and out. It's been used, it's been driven, it's been enjoyed. It's not perfect, but it's drivable and it's showable. And this car, take it to any car gathering, and it's certainly going to command a lot of respect. It's a mostly stock car. It does have a couple tasteful enthusiast-oriented updates, some of which were added post EAG's acquisition, some pre. You'll see the Dynon pedal covers there. We do have a keyless entry and alarm system. We have a USB input and charger right there. And most notably, you're going to notice the suspension. The car is sitting on a set of H&R springs with a set of Dynon adjustable sway bars. Those are no longer available today, and certainly a hot commodity that will help the lateral roll of the car and keep this car planted once you set that corner up. It has had really great service history since new. We've got great records and documentation on the car, and well, that's a trend that you'll see consistent with all of the EAG cars, and that's why you will get what you pay for. We're not the cheapest, but you will be ready to go and enjoy the car without any stress or deferred maintenance or really responsibility. You know, the three cars having acquired all of those from the people we've sold them to, the wagon too. All of those guys had to do nothing to the car, an oil change here or there. That was it. They had no problems, no issues. And sometimes things will come up, and EAG certainly will help along the way, but we do our darndest to make sure that any and everything that you can do to these cars is done prior to that delivery day. And it takes a long time. Your patience is certainly rewarded with quality, and once somebody signs up for the car does go in queue and goes through this workshop, as well as that workshop over there, and that workshop over there, and that one over there. Let's jump in the car. Let's go take a fun drive around the neighborhood, and if you have any questions, certainly give us a call. You know what to do. One of my favorite things in the M-Coupe is to roll second gear. Done a driving video on a Z3 M-Coupe before, and I don't know why, because it is one of the most fun and exciting and very visceral experiences that the M catalog ever offered. With that E30 M3 rear suspension geometry and the E36 front, with that really short wheelbase, it's just a really tactile and excitable car to drive. It rotates really well. Obviously, with the S54 engine, it goes like stink. The engine is just a perfect pairing for this chassis. It's no wonder why so many people have wanted to swap the S54s into E36s, which this chassis effectively is exactly just that. It's an E36. And, well, it's a lot of fun to drive. Step in place, which is really where it gets exciting. We're gonna go ahead and turn that off. It's just a really playful car to drive. It's well balanced, and you can't not smile driving this car. And I can tell you that it's hard to behave when driving a Z3 M-Coupe. You can, I can't, but you can. It's just a very enjoyable experience that it begs you to push the limit a bit and get a little loose here and there, and I have been known to do that in this car once or twice in the Roadster form too. The Roadster's way cool. desolate industrial park has a private racetrack with these perfectly curved apexes. I've been on track a lot with an M-Coupe, and when I see a corner radius like that, it's hard not to just climb up on top of it and turn the car a little bit. I love this car. I say that a lot. I know that I say that a lot. That's why I do this, is because I love all of these cars. And getting out and driving them is a very, very great reward at the end of the day. And I don't get as much seat time as I'd like. I'd like to just do that all the time, but unfortunately that is not where I can set my home office and up. But every now and again, getting one of these coupes out, or the Z3 M-Roadster, my gosh, the Roadster is just as much fun in a little different form, because there is a bit more torsional twist. I think it's like 2.6 times torsional rigidity delta between the Z3 M-Coupe and the Z3 M-Roadster, and you can tell a big difference. And that twist is not a bad thing. It's a different thing, and you know, it's not exactly as flexible as a Miata, which was perfectly timed right there, but it is a controllable sensation, I suppose. I guess that'd be the way I would phrase it. Driving that car hard, I do feel that I still have really great car control, not quite as much as the coupe, obviously, but you're not going to push the Roadster as hard as you would the coupe, and frankly, it just won't do it won't perform at that level. But the Z3 chassis overall is a really just great, again, analog, very visceral, very feedback-rich driving experience that really the guys that have driven them and have owned them get it and know that, and that's why most of the guys that do own them today, they're not on their first one. I really love how tall second and even third gear are. They really make the fun corners that much more enjoyable, and the car just literally just pops right out of the corners. It is a really great pairing between the diff ratio and the trans, and that's one of the reasons why they went with a 5-speed box as opposed to a 6-speed. The S54 M-Coupe wasn't designed to be a competitor to the E46 M3 that was just coming out in 2001, and I'm sure the engineers and the marketing department more likely had some serious conversations about that, and that there would be some overlap, and that might also come into play why they made so few of these. Exciting car. It's a car that'll get you in trouble. That's what it is. Thanks for taking a ride with us in the Z3 M-Coupe. Subscribe for more. See ya.